snaps in today. We kind of ended up probably about 116, which was okay because some of the situations, our overtime carried maybe a little longer. That was a great competitive drill for us. And, I thought, overall, because you get kind of, this will be the first time since spring ball, that our defense tackled, really tackled in a live game. And I thought that they really did a good job of that. And offensively, I thought we looked really crisp. I think the quarterbacks all played well. Particularly I thought Nick Stevens and Coleman Key actually did some really good things in this scrimmage. And running backs, we kind of tried to design X amount of touches for guys. Sometimes they get them, sometimes they don't, but there was really good balance there, and I think we're going to be okay. Injury-wise, we had to take Jake Schlager in with an ankle. We'll find out. Don't know yet what it is, but other than that, we came out pretty good.
You talked about the sharpness of the tackling. Were you somewhat surprised by that, considering?
I actually was. Now I know that that's something that we've been working hard on, our individual drill stuff, and I can tell. I'm getting at it. I really feel good about that part. Better, that's always your first scrimmage of the fall. One of those things where, but I thought our angles were pretty good. We didn't give any big cutbacks, and our pursuit angles were good too. So, it's pretty good.
They also clamped down on those explosive plays, which is one of the targets that you have for camp.
Yeah, really only gave up, probably 3 explosive plays, and yet, at the same time, I thought defensively did a really good job in the red area. Obviously, it showed me that we need to get a little more red area work, which is kind of coming up to be expected. But I thought defense did a good job of holding them to field goals. So.
Well, I know one of the other focuses was the running game and how some of your backs would work. What did you think of your backs just from the eye test?
I thought J.O., he's still kind of hindered a little bit, but the carries he had, he proved that he could run behind his pads, kept his knees moving, and moved the pile, and I was happy to see that. We got some productive work out of Treyas, Jarrells, and D. Hart. Just kind of give us an idea what those guys were all about a little bit. And Bryce Peters ran the ball really well today, which was good to see.
Talk about the defense getting their first chance at tackling, but does it also give you a chance to see some of the offensive guys, how they react and how they drive when they get hit?
And as much of that, even the receivers' ball security, after run after catch, we did a good job of spreading the wealth in the pass game. I thought some guys came up with some plays and showed us that we're going to be pretty good at receiver. We had the ball on the ground twice. That can't happen, I'm getting at, but good for the defense, right?
How was the protection for Garrett or any of your quarterbacks?
I'm going to say, obviously you try to quick whistle it, and sometimes, can he get out and this and that, but Mike, you were here that first year.
The 906
68 sacks
yeah.
that we had.
Yeah.
I think we probably had 3 or 4.
Well, that's a much better improvement then. That's really good then.
Yeah.
So, but it's good. Did you also get to see, because you have a young offensive line going against somewhat experienced but non-starting defensive line. Did you like that battle, and do you see both sides helping each other improve?
Yeah, and I kind of liked we were able to actually work some different combinations. I thought Nick Callender, we moved him inside a little bit, and he gives us that big presence, and I thought he did a good job. So he played both tackle and guard, and I think he's starting to grow up a little bit, and it's time that he does. And so, that's a guy that I was glad to see in there. And, Zach Goldage and Zach Steffo, I thought did some really good things at right tackle, and Trey Moxley got a ton of reps. And didn't play Sambo a bunch, we wanted to see some of those other guys go.
Did Hathaway get a play at all, or is he still out?
He's still out, and we're going to make a determination here probably middle of the week as to what direction we have to go with that knee.
Okay. But how did Sam,
obviously that would really hurt our depth, but
right. But how Sam Carlson looked in his spot?
Well, I tell you what, Sam has been the surprise of camp. He made 2 great veteran calls on the run, that really helped us, and that was great to see.
Who did give you your explosive plays on offense?
Well, you know, Jack Spady had one.
Okay.
All right, and you know, he and Cole Anderson, I'm telling you, those guys are having a great camp, and it just shows the depth at the receiver spot. You know, Hansley had one. You know, D. Hart had one. Treyas had one. I'm sitting here trying to think. I think X had one. Xavier. So there were, like I say, it wasn't just one guy, but there were a couple guys.
Did this scrimmage, first scrimmage, that was just initial thoughts, but do you feel better about your run game, seeing patience to the hole, explosive through it, you know, the line with that aggressive attitude, pushing people around? Is it all in place, you think?
Well, as you know, we're going to run the football. It's something I believe in.
Yeah.
And
I've heard that.
Today's scrimmage gave us no doubt that we're going to be able to run the football. But the good part is we've got the parts to spread the field a little bit, and I was really happy with how the quarterbacks took command of that.
Did Garrett throw it to the right colors today?
You know what he did pretty much? Nick, in 2 minutes, decided to throw it to the other color jersey that was standing right in front of him. You know, I don't know. Maybe couldn't see it.